What up, what up, what up? What up though, and welcome to another edition of QuinteScential. I'm your host Travis, aka Mr. Clark Scent, aka Mr. President, aka the QuinteScential Gentleman. And today we're going to talk about a fragrance that is legendary, even though it's been only out for 9 years, but it is a very talked about fragrance, and it's talked about to death, to be honest with you, and that is Creed Aventus. No, I am not doing a review on it. I'm going to talk about, is it worth it? This came out back in 2010 and it was revolutionary. It had pineapple, blackcurrant, birchwood. It had some smoky accords, and it hit the ground, and people were saying, oh, it's not that great. Have you ever noticed a fragrance when it first comes out and people start talking about how bad it is, and it's overpriced, it's not that good? Then it turns around to be a powerhouse where everybody just loves for some reason. That's because some people just are trolls. And two, that's because sometimes fragrances take a minute to grow on people, to people to really appreciate what the fragrance is. And I think Creed Aventus did that first. It hit the ground, it was some backlash, and then all of a sudden, boom, it exploded and it became this monster, this powerhouse. I think around 2011, it really is when it started to really pick up and everybody wanted to start wearing Creed Aventus. And from that, there have been so many clones. I mean, so many clones that it's not even funny, man. Like, the whole company, Parfums Vintage, pretty much made their whole career off of cloning this and amping up different notes. Amping up the pineapple, amping up the birch, amping up the vanilla, amping up, mixing it with I think they had like a darker version of it. They had like one that was mixed with Sauvage. I think that's X-Batch. There's Mont Blanc finally came out with their retaliation for Original Santal against Mont Blanc Individual, because people say that Creed Aventus stole that whole thing, but whatever. And so they came out with Mont Blanc Explorer this year. There is, I mean, it's just a plethora. I mean, the one there, a lot of people talk about the cheapy CDNMI, Club de Nuit Intense Man. There's so many different clones to this fragrance. There's so many different interpretations to this fragrance. So many different, I think Bond Number 9 has HTTP, you know, that's supposed to smell just like Creed Aventus. I mean, it's just too many out there. Not to mention every clone house has, like Alexandria has a version of it. Like we talked about Parfums Vintage. We talk about Mont Blanc. It's so many different fragrances and then for them to go up on their price to something like $450 for 100 ml, I don't think it's worth it. I honestly don't think. And this is coming from somebody who is a don't buy clones type of person. But when you get up to that high level and spending that much money, it has to be worth it. And if you watch a lot of people's videos and they spray Creed Aventus and they walk around and they have women smelling it, have you noticed that it gets beat a lot? It loses a lot in those videos. Like I think it was Jay Royal who did one, and he had Creed Aventus go up, and I think Express, I can't remember what number it is, Express number 9 or 6 or whatever it is, beat out Aventus in the first round. Like, it didn't even beat anybody. As soon as it went up against them, the young lady picked the other version over Creed Aventus. And I'm like, that's because I think the wow factor with all these different fragrances that diluted the wow factor in smelling this fragrance to the point where it's not a standout anymore. Like, I would say probably 2013, 2014, this fragrance will blow somebody away. That was 5 years ago. It doesn't blow people away as much as people like to think. Now, I know people are like, oh, I get compliments all the time, and like, as soon as I walk out, girls are like, oh, yeah, okay, guy, calm down. What I'm saying is, in your little world, maybe, but in the grand scheme of things, this fragrance, I'm not gonna say it's dated, but it's been copied so much, it doesn't have the wow factor anymore. I mean, it doesn't have the unbeatable factor anymore. At a time, it used to, just like everything else, just like Acqua di Gio. Acqua di Gio used to be the killer out there. But that was 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. Just like Cool Water used to be the killer out there. High Karate probably. And everything else that was back out in the day. Green Irish Tweed, it had its time, but I don't think this is the killer that it used to be. I'm not saying it's a bad fragrance, I just don't think it's damn sure not worth $450. But yes, you can go, and it's so many different people who are scamming people out of these that get used bottles of these things and then like refill them with like cheap stuff. It's honestly, I don't think it's actually worth the price tag anymore, and I don't think it's worth going crazy over now. If that's your signature scent and you want to wear it, that's fine. I'm not telling you not to wear it. It doesn't smell bad. I just don't think it's king any longer. Now, if you like these type of videos, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button. Make sure to leave a comment below and let me know what your thoughts on, do you think Creed Aventus is still king? Now, why should you do all these things? Because it's quintessential.